line. They have a +5 advantage on the glass, out rebounding Georgia 19-14. Dogs had 5 turnovers in the first half. Mount St. Mary's with 9. We hit some of those other statistics earlier in the half. The bench points, Georgia with a slight edge there, 13-12. The Bulldogs took a 10-point advantage on fast break opportunities, outscoring Mount St. Mary's 14-4 as they outscored the Mount 26-14 over the last 7.5 minutes of half number 1. That's why they lead by 11 now at intermission. 45-34. Dogs in front. Second half is on the way next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Don't you mean fa la 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 la?
Nope, we're shaking things up.
Whatever you say.
Shake things up this season at the Toyotathon sales event. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for $339 a month for 24 months, plus $500 holiday bonus cash. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through January 2nd, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3638 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit gfbinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. More than just a policy.
We are Farm Bureau.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Region celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
The Bulldogs go back to their original starting 5 to begin the second half. Thomason and Dimry, the guards. Abdul-Rahim, Sunahara, and Chiwa round out the top 5. Mount St. Mary's will get the basketball. To begin half number 2, they trail by 11. Here we go. Mount St. Mary's in navy blue jerseys and shorts. And they work in the front court now to our right, in front of their bench. Here's Hobbs on the drive. Dallas Hobbs looking for his first points. Won't get it there. The Dogs deflect his shot on a running layup attempt. Take it away. Dimry has it in the front court left for Georgia now. Sunahara with that knee brace on his left knee. Tries to back his man down. Nowhere to go. Kick it out on the wing to Dimry. He's doubled high on the perimeter. They find Chiwa open on the left block. 9 to shoot. Russell with his back to the basket. Dribbles it inside. Bobbles the ball and then throws it out front and throw it away. It's picked off by LeFew. He's one-on-one with Thomason.
Wow.
And a sweeping hook shot going out of bounds to the right by LeFew is right through the heart off the glass.
Well, where he intercepted the ball was so close to after we were able to get nobody back, basically.
Thomason was one-on-one with him, and LeFew just separated from the defender and still made the shot wide to the right. 45-36. Georgia's lead is 9. Thomason with a fake left, drive right, jumper at the line, won't go, rebound.
Offensive rebound.
Chiwa gives it back to Thomason, who drives. Missed the layup, had too much on it, rolls over the rim, no good. Rebound.
That would have been a beautiful play, too, if he'd have finished.
Mountaineers with a basketball. LeFew going towards the basket, floats it up with one hand, and a quick timeout, Mike White. 90 seconds in, didn't like what he was getting from his guys. He calls the time. We will, too. Mount St. Mary's has scored twice on 2 possessions, and the lead is at 7 now for Georgia. 45-38, timeout. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These 2 Athens institutions have joined to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. So whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the award-winning Classic City Lager, or Georgia's #1 new brand, Bigger Dreams Hazy IPA, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. 2 brands, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Athens, Georgia. Available wherever cold beer is served. Champions drink responsibly.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs this season, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. And Scana Energy says, go Dogs. And tonight, the Dogs 5 of 11 on 3-point shots. Haven't tried one yet here in the second half, but we've only played a minute and 29 as Mike White called a timeout. Back-to-back baskets by Mount St. Mary's spurred that timeout. 45-38, Georgia in the front with 18:31 to go in the game. Dogs will have the ball. We'll inbound it, have to bring it up the length of the floor. R.J. Sunahara will throw it in.
Now they're giving a little pressure.
Feed it into Chiwa in the backcourt. Big Russ just holds it. Demery trying to come and get the ball from him. He hands it off to him. Hobbs didn't want to let him give the ball to Demery. He was fighting through screens and trying to knock that ball away. Sunahara's got it back to the basket above the arc. Now hands it off to Demery with 11 on the shot clock. Silas spins on the logo, charges the basket, feeds on the baseline. Sunahara, reverse lay-in, good. First points of the game for Sonny.
And his first points as a Georgia Bulldog.
How about that? Only the second game he's played in due to the knee injury he suffered in the exhibition game on October 30th. He's wearing a pretty heavy brace on his left knee. 47-38, Georgia by 9. Mountaineers with a basketball. Out of the corner, Joshua Reeves. Up the wing it goes. And now near side to LeFew, who's got 19 points in the game. Drives inside. Shot is no good. Off the glass. Rebound to the Dogs. Thomason feeds it back to Jabri. 3-ball off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound, Georgia. Demery has it. Drives in from the slot on the left side. In the paint, he's fouled going to the basket.
Scott, I'm going to mention, normally I wouldn't bring this up, but that was Sunahara that went sailing through the air to grab that rebound. That was, really, you can see why Mike White likes this young man and what they expect to see out of him as the season progresses, and his knee continues to feel better and better to him.
Fouls on Cordelia for Mount St. Mary's, puts Demery on the free throw line. Silas, first free throw attempts of the game. Free throw number 1 is good. Demery at 6'5", a freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, 65% from the stripe this season. Averages 9 points a game. He's got 3 tonight. Second free throw in the air from the right-hander. Good. Hit them both. Dogs continue to shoot it well from the line. We've only missed 1 tonight. 15 out of 16 Let's make it 16 out of 17. There's a steal in the backcourt by Demery. Drives to the basket as he stole it in the right corner, and a blocking foul underneath the basket on the mount.
I got to tell you something, and I don't want to continue to make it sound like I've joined the Sonny Sunahara fan club, but he caused that. He was right in the inbound passer's face, jumping, and the guy just made a terrible pass as a result of the pressure from Sunahara.
Are you the president of the Sunahara fan?
I may be, because
Dogs inbounded.
Beautiful.
Demery to Jabri. He just attacks from the right slot, angles his way through the paint, and lays it up and in. 23 points for Jabri. That's a career high. He had 21 in the first half. 51-38 Georgia. Mountaineers with a basketball. They work in the front court to the right. LeFew doubled out on the wing, left side of the floor. They feed it to Tinsley. Drives into the paint, stops there, kicks into the corner, up the wing to LeFew. Pass to the right corner of the three ball, off the rim. Almost rolled in there, but it comes down, and Demery had the rebound. Loses the handle. He dives back for it. Sunahara picks it up to Thomason. Noah attacks from the left side. Good all the way to the rack and banked it home. Noah with 9. 53-38 Georgia with a little more pressure. 16:27 to go in the game. Dallas Hobbs works us freshman on freshman there as he worked against Demery momentarily.
Oh, nice.
LeFew finds Cordelia wide open. Boy, they ran through a lot of screens to get that play, and Cordelia with a wide open layup.
Yeah, somebody lost their man.
Now check a whistle as Georgia works in the front court now. Maybe a clock situation. They're going to take a timeout as they maybe have to go check on the clock. 16:06 is what it's showing, and 22 on the shot clock. Well, they'll go ahead and take the under 16 break, so we'll take it with them. Georgia's got a 13-point lead right now. It's 53-40. Dogs in front, leading Mount St. Mary's on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Good to go.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Georgia fans want to do an NIL deal with a dog, then go to georgiadogs.com/NIL to connect with a student athlete on a sponsorship, a commercial, an appearance, an autograph session, and more. georgiadogs.com/NIL. Dogs by 13, 53-40. And I'm not sure what the timeout was for because the clock is still the same as it was.
I thought they were checking the shot clock because I thought maybe it should have been past 22, but it's staying there, so apparently that was right.
The game clock is still at 16:06, and as Chuck points out, the shot clock is still the same. Well, they've yet to clear the floor. They're cheerleaders and the dance dogs are still on the floor. Both teams are ready to resume play.
That's going to be a problem.
Now they're waving each team back to their bench. And now they're looking at the clocks again. Vlad Voyartadal, one of the referees, is talking to the scorekeepers and the shot clock operator and the time clock operator. Now they adjust it. Couldn't they have done that during the timeout?
Well, is he going to let it? Looks like he's going to let it go all the way down.
Well, both clocks are running now. They're trying to adjust, get the right amount of time on there. 53-40 is still our score. We haven't scored since the timeout began.
Which is about the longest period we've been without scoring.
Well, while they work on the clock, we'll remind you that now through January 2nd during the BMW Road Home Sales event, lease an all-electric 2024 BMW iX xDrive 50 for $699 per month for 36 months with $63.79 due at signing. For more details, visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics and Go Dogs. And our announced attendance tonight, 6,045 here at Stegman Coliseum. And that's, as Chuck pointed out earlier, minus the students. They're on Christmas break now. But still a good crowd. Most of the lower bowl is filled up. And they're still monkeying with the clock here. They're tinkering with things down to our right and trying to figure out exactly how much time is remaining in the game. They're talking with event management people. I mean, this must be a bigger
all
problem
I know
than
is,
we realized.
Listen, I had to drop a watch off this week to get it repaired. It's expensive. They have to have that thing fixed. First off, they have to fly it across the ocean.
Well, you've already gotten that back in the time that it's taken them to figure out.
Fix this one. Now we're back to where we started.
That's right. We're at 16:06 and 22. Now they're going to call the head coaches to the middle of the floor and explain what's going to happen. Do we have a malfunctioning clock? Is that the shot clocks were not synced? Adam Gillespie tells us. Thank you, Adam.
They looked like they were. They were both at 22.
Well, everybody's having a good laugh about it at half court. And we get a thumbs up from the referee, and we should be ready to go now.
I think they've decided we're just going to go with what's up there. That looks like just forget all that time we just killed.
16:06 is on the game clock, and 22 seconds are on all the shot clocks that I can see from this vantage point. One at the top of the goal, and there's one on the backside of the goal on each end of the floor. And they all appear to be in sync as they begin. And, yes, they all move in unison as we resume play now with 16 minutes to go in the game. Georgia with the basketball. Thomason with a left-hand dribble drive, knocked out of his hands on the left side. Short of the lane there as it was knocked out of bounds in the left baseline next to the Georgia bench. Dogs will inbound with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Hill fakes the pass towards the basket to Kane for a three right in front of him. Oh, it went in and then kicked out. That went probably about halfway down the cylinder and took a shot off the far side of the rim and came back out the other way. Blue couldn't get it to drop, and Mount St. Mary's has the basketball. Dallas Hobbs with a drive, a step back two, left side, good. Dallas from Dallas with the basket here in the second half. Freshman from Dallas, Texas, 53-42. Georgia by 11 with the ball. Sunahara with a left hand through the lane. Goes into the corner to Kane, up the wing, and straight on three by Hill is no good, off the rim. And the rebound taken by Hobbs as he runs the floor. His shot is blocked away by Sunahara, but a whistle came first. And they're going to get the Dogs for a blocking foul. That's on Justin Hill. That'll be his first. And the team's first here in half number 2. 15-10 remaining in the game. R.J. Melendez will check in here in a moment. And Hobbs will shoot free throws. for Mount St. Mary's. Number 1 is up and in. Good. Sunahara leaves the ball game as Melendez checks in for him in his lime green shoes. Hobbs misses the second foul shot. Blue Cane goes up with 2 hands and rebounds for Georgia. Zips into the front court with a basketball and curls around to Melendez on the left side. Back to Cane, far side of the floor. Blue puts it on the floor with a right-hand dribble. A couple of steps, spins around, tosses it back to Hill. Justin, crossover, loses the handle. Ball's in the air, picked up and taken by Montgomery, and a drive to the basket all the way in for the layup. Good. Dozen points for Deshane Montgomery, the 6'4 freshman for Mount St. Mary's. Quickly on the other end, Melendez draws a crowd as he's fouled in the paint trying to lean in for a one-hander.
I got to tell you, when he attacks the basket, you either have to let him get there and hope he misses, or you got to foul him. I mean, because he goes in with a lot of passion, you know, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Well, they did foul him. Adebayo commits the foul, and the free throw by Melendez is good. RJ with his first points of the second half. Silas Demery into the game for Noah Thomason for Georgia. 54-45, Dogs in front. Try to go back up by double digits. And Melendez does just that. He hits a pair of free throws, and the lead is 10 for the Dogs. 55-45, Georgia in front. Hobbs speeds into the front court. 2 guys chasing him for the Dogs. Melendez and Hill were trying to run him down. Now it's LeFew, who had a good first half offensively for Mount St. Mary's. Threads the needle. Wow. Passes to his right on the bounce, and there's Cordelia again with a one-handed stuff. They've run that play before.
I was about to say the same thing. That just had the look of one that they've run a...
Frank Anselmibe picked up a loose ball on the floor on Georgia's offensive end and scored over 3 defenders, and they fouled him on the shot. He got it to go off the glass, and now he's got a 3-point play opportunity.
Frank just kind of tossed that one up there, didn't he?
He did.
But he tossed it in the right spot. It kissed the glass and fell right through as he was getting fouled.
6'10", Frank Anselmibe, right-handed shooter, free throw, good. 3-point play for the Dogs, 58-47. Georgia's lead is 11. Pressure in the backcourt by the Dogs' defense. And Dakota LeFew will walk it into the front court over the logo, guarded by Demery. Dogs are in a man-to-man. Under 14 minutes to play here at Stegeman Coliseum tonight. They hand it off to Hobbs. He lost the dribble off his leg. Now he picks it up, feeds it into the corner. Montgomery, long 3, good.
Wow.
Well, we kind of sagged off of him defensively, Chuck. Yeah. We weren't guarding him, and he put a 3 right in our face, his first of the night. He's got 15. 58-50. It's an 8-point game. Dogs in front. Hill with the ball. They swipe at it on the wing. He drives, puts that forearm, clears some space. Mid-range 2, wide open, good. Justin gets away with that little forearm extension, doesn't he?
I agree. I thought there was going to be a whistle, but there wasn't.
Pass by Mount St. Mary's along the baseline is intercepted by Demery for Georgia. The Dogs run it right to left. Hill to the foul line, over to Kane. He attacks from the right corner, goes into heavy traffic and has the ball taken away from him. Deshane Montgomery kicks it into a second gear, ran away from the basketball. He lost the dribble. Teammate picks it up on the baseline, though, in traffic. That's Hobbs that bailed him out. And now Hobbs on the floor after a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on Blue Cane, I think.
It's his third.
12:54 to go in the contest. 3 on Kane, and that's only the second foul of the half on the Dogs. Now Blue comes out, and Jabri quickly back in for Georgia. Abdur Rahim with a career-high 23 points in the game tonight. Tied his career high in the first half with 21. Mountaineers looking to throw it in front court, left of the basket. LeFew has it. Baseline 2, all net, good. Deep on the left side, right along the baseline.
That looked like one of those shots in horse where you're kind of behind the backboard. You kind of put it high in the air up over the corner.
He got it to go, and it was all net. He's got 21 now. He's their leading scorer. 60-52, Georgia by 8. Hill holds the basketball for Georgia. Now puts it on the floor with his left hand. Crossover through the legs. Crossover again into the paint. Feeds Melendez for a 3, and R.J. rips it all net. Scana Energy 3. R.J. Melendez from the right wing. His first of the ball game. He's been struggling with that 3 ball. LeFew misses his 3 from the right slot. Rebounded by Melendez. RJ into the front court. Oh, sees a lane all the way to the rack. Layup with the right hand from the left side of the rim. Good. He used the backboard to drop it home.
If he sees that opening, he's headed there.
Timeout, Mount St. Mary's after Georgia runs it back to 13 points now, 65-52. Timeout at Stegman Coliseum, 11:53 to go in the contest. Georgia in front by 13. We're back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace.
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
If there's anything more stressful for me than holiday shopping, it's last-minute holiday shopping. That's why I'm so glad I went to Kohl's. I found great gifts at great prices, like stocking stuffers starting at $3.99 and beauty faves for $25 and under. And with a 20% coupon, I got gorgeous silver jewelry under $20, plus iron Kohl's cash. So if you want less stress and more savings, even at the last minute, you know where to go. Select styles, beauty, coupons do not apply. 20% offer ends September 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Along with Chuck Donald, Scott Howard with you courtside here at Stegman Coliseum. Adam Gillespie is our producer and engineer tonight. And Luke Matt Carney is our network studio host. He's in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia with a 13-point lead. They've hit 4 for 4 from the floor on their last 4 possessions, but Mount St. Mary's 6 of their last 7, so we've got a little offensive burst going on here.
I'll tell you what's disturbing is that, you know, we have made such strides defensively, and we've been doing over the past, 4 weeks, we've been doing such a great job playing defense, and right now in this second half, they're shooting 67% from the floor. I mean, we're allowing them to get too many good looks that they're capitalizing on. And it's been a seesaw battle on the glass, despite the fact that we're much bigger. And now they're back in the lead on the glass by 1 rebound, but they've got the lead.
It's turned into a bit of a track meet here in the second half. Mount St. Mary's with the ball. Montgomery works one-on-one with Anselm Ebe, who blocks his shot, a spinning layup attempt by Deshane Montgomery, and blocked out of there by Big Frank. Hill's got it on the drive. Smallest guy on the floor goes into the land of the Giants and gets it rejected, but he got fouled going to the basket right under the bucket. And he's got 2 free throws coming now. The foul on Mount St. Mary's. Who did they get on that? That was on Ard. Terrell Ard, 6'7" graduate from Marietta, commits the foul. And Hill at the line for Georgia. Free throw number 1. Only our second miss of the night. Justin too much on it. And that second one's going to rattle out as well. He missed them both. Score remains 65-52. Oh, my goodness. Montgomery, the seas parted for him right down the lane. A big one-handed tomahawk jam. Demery has it on the offensive end for Georgia. try to answer that stuff. They've had a lot of dunks tonight.
Well, and that, again, defense is what we're supposed to be playing.
Dimry for three off the front of the rim. Melendez saves it in the corner, but to a blue shirt. Karams off of them. We get it back. Ansel Amibe to Melendez. Missed the lay-in. Got an offensive board. Put back again. Off target. Long rebound. Chased down by Big Frank again.
Oh, Big Frank hustling out there.
Dogs keep it alive. Get another crack at it. Shot clock's at 9. Dimry has the dribble, right wing. Into the paint. Bounce pass to Melendez. Sliding along the baseline, and he lays it up good. Melendez with 11. 9 in the second half. 67-54 Dogs.
Dimry with a nice pass.
Ansel Amibe to be credited with that as well. He got 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. There's Montgomery for a soft jumper right in front of the basket.
Yep. Just wide open.
Montgomery now with 19. He and LeFew have been their offense tonight for Mount St. Mary's. And we got an offensive foul on Georgia.
Where's Silas?
Silas Dimry. Silas asking the referee, was that on me? Like, yeah, it was on you. I just pointed at you. And it just held up your number.
Yeah, that's what. Silas was like, you sure? And then he looked at his shirt like, yeah, that's my number.
The foul occurred right in front of the Georgia bench. 67-56, Georgia by 11. That offensive foul will turn it over to Mount St. Mary's. Ansel Amibe comes out of the ball game now. Big Chiwa's back in. Approaching 10 minutes to go in the contest. Mountaineers with the possession. Handoff, rolls away from Montgomery over to the left wing, picked up by Joshua Reeves. Back to Montgomery, left-handed three off the mark with the clock running down. Rebound on the left baseline, Justin Hill for Georgia. Up the far sideline, into the front court. No-look bounce pass to Melendez, who cuts along the baseline from left to right. Scores on the lay-in and a foul. Justin Hill with a nice assist. And Melendez with the finish. He's got 13 points now. Has a free throw to come.
He loves that cut on the baseline.
And what we've seen here in the second half, Chuck, when he's cutting, he's got to step on the defender, too. If they just get him the ball, it's almost automatic. Free throw is good. 14 points for R.J. Melendez. A dozen of those here in the second half. 70-56, Georgia by 14. Mount St. Mary's with the ball. They go to Tinsley on the right side. Pass went through the lane and through a lot of traffic. And Tinsley's able to muscle it up and in, and they get a whistle now and a foul on the Dogs. A three-point play opportunity for them. George Tinley, 6'6" graduate from Clark Summit, Pennsylvania. Foul was called on the freshman Silas Dimry, his third. Tinsley with his first points of the half. He's got 4 in the game. He averages 4 per game for the Mountaineers. And the free throw is good. 3-point play for the visiting team. 70-59 Georgia. Dogs with a slow trot from Justin Hill. He walks it to the half-court line and into the front side. Jabri with a basketball. Gives it up. He's kind of hit a wall at 23 points. He hasn't been shooting a lot here in the second half. They've been distributing it around. Hill on the wing to Melendez with 5 to shoot. RJ attacks to Justin. Set shot, 3-ball. Won't go from the right corner. Rebound. Dallas Hobbs went up high and got at the guard for Mount St. Mary's. Long front court pass to Montgomery. Drives all the way in and scores.
Well, I was so happy about our defense coming into this game, but it has evaporated here in the second half.
That's 21 now for Montgomery. LeFew has 21 in the game. We got a whistle in the Georgia front court. Going to be a foul on Dallas Hobbs, the 6'1" freshman guard from Dallas, Texas. And it's bonus time for the Dogs. That's their 7th. So a 1-and-1 coming for Silas Dimry with the Dogs up 9. And 8:43 to go. It's 70-61 Georgia. We've been up by as much as 15, but Mount St. Mary's has got us in a track meet here going up and down the floor. We're shooting 50% in the half. There it's 66% in the half.
And that's what they were about 7 minutes ago. I mean, so we haven't knocked a dent in that in the last 7 minutes.
But if we just keep exchanging baskets,
Well, I mean, yeah, we're going to win the game.
The math says they're not going to catch us.
Exactly, but you want to see your defense take steps forward, not backwards.
Free throw by Demery, number 1, is good. Georgia 21 of 24 from the line tonight, 88%. 10-point lead for Georgia, 71-61. Silas hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Now the bonus try. And the right-hander from Raleigh missed it off the back of the rim. Rebound on the far side of the floor by Joshua Reeves, a 6'4 senior guard. Mountaineers basketball. They work left to right here in the second half. Montgomery dribbles across the top of the key, sweeping bounce pass to Cordelia. He just spins in the right edge of the paint and floats it up there with one hand and scores. I saw you roll your eyes on that.
It's just shot after shot. They keep making them.
That was not good defense by Georgia on that possession. 71-63. Dogs in front with the ball. Here's Kane to his left. Now spins around, drives to his right, through the lane, floats it up with the right hand, and rattles it home right of the lane. Blue Kane with his first second half points. He's got 7 in the contest now. And the lead back to 10, 73-63. Just going back and forth with a lot of scoring here in this game. LeFew throws it away. We deflected. Now run the break. Now Kane has his pocket picked on the other end. Montgomery, long lead pass to Cordelia. He'll stuff it home with the right hand on the right end of the floor. (73-65). Georgia in front with the ball. Thomason pops a little 2 on the middle block left, and Georgia's going to call a timeout after that basket. Gives us a 10-point lead. We got a time with 7:24 to go. 75-65. Dogs in front on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are always hectic, but with the BMW i5 and iX, you can make them 100% electric. Make every journey a thrill with the cutting-edge driver technology in the BMW iX. Or step into the first ever BMW i5 with its dynamic performance and iconic presence. Find your ultimate 100% electric BMW at the Electric BMW Road Home Sales Event and turn the holidays from hectic to electric. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
.7:24 to play here at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia leading Mount St. Mary's by 10, 75-65. But, Chuck, I get the feeling that you don't feel like it's a good, solid 10-point lead.
No, well, I feel like we're not going to lose. I really don't. I don't feel threatened. But what I do feel like is this team came into this game averaging 71 points. I'd love to have seen us hold them down in the 50s, as I said. Instead, they're with 7.5 basically to play, 7:24. They're only 5 points away, 6 points away from their average.
But if we shut them out for the last 7:24 of the game,
I'll be so happy. Because you know what it'll show me? It'll show me that when we had to do it, we could do it. But, I came into this game feeling like this Georgia team has gotten so much better defensively and realized they can win with defense. And I think they do, but in the second half, we're just not showing it.
Yeah, it's been fireworks in the second half. They're shooting 70% from the field here in the second half, 14 out of 20. Georgia at 55% of the half. LeFew misses a shot there, rare miss here in the second half. Offensive rebound thrown away, ball is loose on the floor. They get it back. LeFew, one-hander from the right side, floats it up and in along the baseline.
I thought they went underneath Thomason's legs.
75-67, Georgia. Jabri for three. Will it go? No, off the rim. Rebound to Mount St. Mary's. Abdul Rahim with 23 points. He's stuck there. Now Montgomery. He
just drove right in there.
Been the dunk master tonight, and he got another one driving right down the heart of the lane and stuffing it home with that left hand.
Okay, you remember when I said earlier I didn't feel threatened?
Do you now?
It's a 6 point game.
75-69. Dogs working the front court. We got a whistle and a foul on Mount St. Mary's. And the foul is on Montgomery, I believe is who they called that on. Deshane Montgomery, the guy that just dunked it on the other end a few moments ago. 8th team foul, so 1-1 for Silas Demery. And we need to keep making our free throws. 21 of 25 tonight. And Demery hits that one cleanly. Good. Silas has one miss at the line tonight. He's 4 for 5. 76-69, Georgia leads. Big lead for the Dogs was 15 points about 3.5 minutes into this half. But Mount St. Mary's kind of hanging around. 6:28 to play.
And that's what you don't want to do with a team like this, is let them hang around.
Demery hits them both. And checks out. Justin Hill in. Well, they played Ole Miss to a 9-point game in Oxford. Ole Miss is, 10, 11-0 to start the season?
They're 11-0, yeah.
LeFew, step back three. Swatted away from the basket by Melendez, but right over to a Mount St. Mary's player. Back to LeFew. He attacks, goes into a trio of Georgia defenders. Has the ball knocked away. Thomason saves it on the sideline to Melendez. He runs right through a man, and they call a block on the guys in navy blue.
Yeah, he was inside the restricted area.
J.D. Cordelia called for the foul. Dan Ingolstadt, the head coach, down to our right for Mount St. Mary's, contesting the call. The official trying to explain it to him. Melendez on the line now.
2-shot foul, he says.
Free throw number one. All net. Good for RJ. 15 points for Melendez. And all but 2 of those coming here in the second half. He's picked up the scoring where Jabri only has 2 points here in this half, sitting at 23. So they've kind of swapped off. Melendez hits a pair. Give Georgia a 10-point lead again, 79-69, with 6:02 to go in the game. Pressure in the backcourt by the Dogs defense on the entry pass by Mount St. Mary's. Montgomery has it, drops it off in backcourt to Dallas Hobbs. The freshman guard will carry it across the half-court line. LeFew's got it now. He feeds Tinsley at the foul line. Catches, spins around, hops a 14-footer right in front of the basket. Boy, Tinsley knew exactly where he was on the floor, did he?
He did.
When he caught that ball, he just spins around. He wasn't even facing the basket and spins around and just buried it. And a foul on the other end of the floor now on the Mount St. Mary's defense.
And that's their 10th. That was a shooting foul anyway, but that is their 10th.
And that will put Justin Hill on the line for Georgia. And that's 5 on Cordelia. So he is fouled out of the game. J.D. Cordelia, 6'9" junior. And he leaves with 13 points. That might affect them a little bit. We'll see. And Justin Hill can't get it to go off the rim.
Justin's struggling a little bit at the line.
Yes, of our 5 misses, he's missed 3 of them. And that one draws iron, but rattles home for it. Good. 80-71, Georgia by 9. Mount St. Mary's basketball, 5:25 to go here in Athens. Montgomery, left-hand dribble across the top of the key, hands it off to Hobbs. Dallas from Dallas goes back to Montgomery, sweeping bounce pass down to the left baseline to Adebayo. He works against Thomason. He spins on the left block into the paint, loses possession of the ball, goes out of bounds over the right baseline. It'll belong to Georgia. He came out of that spin with a little too much force and couldn't handle the dribble. Adebayo checks out, and back in the game is František Bartone, a 6'7", 210-pound senior from the Czech Republic. Dogs by 9 with the ball. Hill into the front court. Jalen Deloach is on the floor for Georgia. Hill goes by him. They kick it into the corner. Blue Cane 3. He strokes it home. Scana Energy 3 for Blue Cane from the left corner. He's got 10. That's his second 3 of the contest. 83-71 Dogs. Mount St. Mary's with the ball. They go inside to Bartone. He catches and right under the basket lays it up and in. Nice feed from the perimeter, too. That pass got through all our defenders. First points of the game for Bartone. Thomason with some fancy dribbling through the lane, spinning, getting under the basket, and laying it up and in. Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, Noah plays like a veteran, doesn't he?
He's just spinning away from defenders, he find the next one, spins away from him.
He's got a great feel for where all those defenders are.
You are correct. Now he breaks down defensively a little bit, gave up some ground. They go to the rack. Noah was trying to play catch-up there with Hobbs, who got fouled. They call the foul on RJ, trying to help on defense, called for a block. That's only his second. And that will put Hobbs on the line. Clock stops with 4:06 to go. Dallas Hobbs, 6'1" freshman, 77% free throw shooter. Number 1 for the right-hander is up and in. Hobbs at 6'1" has 7 rebounds tonight. He's hustling to chase down those loose balls. And Hobbs hits a pair of foul shots here. 85-75, Georgia with a 10-point lead. We inbound to Hill. Quick feed on the bounce back to Melendez. He sprints uncontested into the front court. Diagonal pass left corner to Thomas. Crossover dribble, enters the paint area, floats it up with the left hand. Good from 8 feet.
Yeah, well, Noah's decided if they can do it on that end, he can do it on this end, and he's going to do it by himself if he has to.
Back-to-back baskets for the graduate from Niagara and Houston, Texas, Noah Thomason. 87-75. Dogs have built the lead back up to a dozen. Approaching 3:30 to go in the contest. LeFew, 3-ball over Deloach. Good. Straight on shot about 2 feet behind the 3-point line. LeFew now with 26 points in the game. He's the leading scorer. Melendez tries to answer with a 3. Almost got the bounce off the rim and off the top of the backboard, but it's no good. Down to Mount St. Mary's. They rebound it. Bartone, wraparound bounce pass down to Tinsley, who got open under the basket, lays it up and in. Good, and a timeout, Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, well, they got it within 7 and 3:03 to play. They're very much in this game. And this is exactly, if you're Georgia, this is what you did not want. You did not want to make them feel like they got a chance here in the final 3 minutes.
87-80. Mount St. Mary's with the basket and a quick timeout. And we'll take it with them with 3:03 to go. Again, a 7-point lead for the Dogs. We'll come back for the finish after this. Bulldog Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia basketball. Learn more at corepower.com.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy, part of all the action, is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldog sports.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
With 3:03 to go in the game, it's time for a Regions recap. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Georgia led by 11 on a Silas Demery lay-in at the buzzer at the end of the first half, 45-34. But Mount St. Mary's has outscored the Dogs by 4 here in the second half in a little bit of offensive fireworks here in the second half. They've scored 46 points in the half. We've scored 42. Georgia leads it by 7. The two teams have combined to hit on 9 of the last 11 field goals in the game. So a lot of offense here in the second half, not as much defense. Georgia with the basketball. Melendez looking to throw it into Deloach. Denied and challenged by Bartone. He deflects it out of bounds into the Mountaineer bench.
And see, this is when you let a team think they got a chance, then they really ramp it up. So I see how aggressive he was going to deflect that pass.
So Melendez will move now on the sideline in front of their bench to throw it in. Feeds it along the baseline to Demery. He's under the basket in backcourt, guarded by Joshua Reeves, 6'4 senior. The 6'5 freshman carries it across the timeline for the Dogs. Less than 3 minutes remaining. Georgia has a 7-point lead. We've been up by as much as 15 points. Melendez works left of the lane, gives it to Thomason along the baseline. He drives but steps out of bounds. Stepped on the line, driving in from the left baseline. Dogs turn it over. 2:43 to go. The lead is 7 for Georgia.
Dogs going to show a little backcourt pressure now.
Feed it into Tinsley, far side of the floor, diagonally in the backcourt, hands it off to Hobbs at the half-court line, and he'll get the rest done into the front court from there. Clock at 2:28, moving 2:27. Hobbs with a right-hand dribble on the wing, double-teamed out on the three-point line. He'll shoot over the double team.
Wow.
Won't go. Bartone had the rebound, just couldn't control it off the bounce.
Melendez just reached in and swiped it from him.
Thomason has the ball now. Dogs took it away. Noah with a spin move, drive to the basket, off the glass and in for 2. Noah with 15 points now in the game. 89-80 Dogs. Georgia by 9. The Mount with the basketball. Less than 2 minutes to play. Georgia trying for its 6th win in a row. Step back 2. Hobbs drained it left side. Good. Just inside the arc. Long 2 over Deloach.
Well, they are not missing. I mean, they just... Their jump shots are just falling.
You know what? It's point game is they call a timeout with 1:50 to go. Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Yeah, when you're shooting 70% in the half.
Yeah, every time they let it go, they want to turn and go play defense because they go, that's good.
Yeah, it's going in.
So, it's the old, they're throwing marbles in the ocean.
Georgia's not too bad in the second half, at 58%, but compared to them, my goodness, they're shooting 58% for the game. Georgia, 50% for the game.
But see, I put that on us. I feel like we ought to be more aggressive defensively. They've gotten too many good looks. And I think Mike White would tell you the same thing. I don't think he's happy with some of the looks they've had.
LeFew has 26, the Georgia product from Hampton, Georgia, Jonesboro High School, playing very well back on his return to his home state. Montgomery's got 23 for them. Georgia's leading scorer is Jabri. He had 21 of his 23 in the first half. Thomason's added 17. Melendez with the bulk of his 16 here in the second half. Bounces it into Hill. Back to Melendez. Bounce pass around the defender to Demery into the front court for Georgia. The Dogs beat the pressure. Demery drops it off on the bounce to Hill, who sprints to the far side of the floor to take over the basketball. Feeds it back to Demery. Quick scoop back to Hill. 12 on the shot clock for Justin between the circles. Gets a screen from Deloach. Feeds it to Deloach, and the dunk beautiful. Is for a lay-in more than a dunk. It was supposed to be an alley-oop, but Jalen caught it kind of below the rim and put it back up and in. The Dogs execute a nice play. There's a 3-ball short for a change by Mount St. Mary's. The Dogs hold them to one shot there as we get the rebound. Hill's got it, guarded by Montgomery on the far side of the floor, right at half court. He's trying to foul, but not trying to foul. Now he just puts his hands all over him and gets the whistle blown.
Well,
stop the clock.
They wanted to foul Justin. And he had the ball. He wasn't giving it up. But the referee wasn't cooperating.
Even though he's right in front of him. What do I have to do? He finally just put both hands on his hips and got the call. So double bonus now for Justin Hill. 2 free throws with 58.5 seconds remaining.
There we go.
Free throw right through the heart. Good. So Justin, after he missed 3, now he's made his last 2, and it's a 10-point lead again for the Dogs, and Chuck's breathing a little bit easier now. Aren't you?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Second free throw. That one going to rattle and fall off to the right side. Tinsley rebounds for Mount St. Mary's. So 53 seconds, clock running. 10-point Georgia lead, 92-82. The whistle will stop play along the baseline as Hobbs was spinning his way towards the basket, and they got Demery for a foul. 4th on the freshman. And we have one more to give. That's the 6th team foul before they get into the bonus. 49 seconds to go. They throw it in.
He landed out of bounds?
He did. Tinsley off balance on the entry. They lobbed it into the far side, and Melendez was tight on him defensively, and Tinsley came down with the ball, landed on the sideline. They turn it over. Inadvertent error by the Mountaineers. Now they try to trap Hill in the backcourt, but he gets across, finds Melendez open on the right baseline.
That was a flush.
Goes up high, an easy two-handed dunk for Melendez. He just reared back and threw it down. From the elbow on the other end, jump shot Hobbs won't go. Rebound taken away by Demery. 26 seconds to play. Georgia's up by a dozen, 94-82, thanks to that Melendez dunk on the last possession. Now the Mount will back off defensively, and Demery won't shoot it. He'll just dribble out the clock just inside the half-court line right in front of us. 10 seconds to go. Georgia's going to get their 8th win of the season and 6th in a row. And this one, again, like the last one, was a challenge. It was difficult. Georgia's defense not quite as good tonight. We give up 82, but we score 94, and that's your final. Georgia by 12, 94-82 over Mount St. Mary's as we pause for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Georgia wins by 12 to go to 8-3 for the year. 6 wins in a row now. North Florida is up next. That'll be a Friday afternoon game, a 3 o'clock contest in just 2 days on Friday, December 22nd. 3 o'clock here at Stegman Coliseum. Our airtime will be 2:35 in less than 48 hours as we return to take on the North Florida Ospreys. And that'll be the last game before an 8-day layoff between games until we close out the month of December with Alabama A&M, and then it's conference play after that. But Georgia
that game,
winner tonight with their offense, not their defense.
And there's a shift in game time, right?
Yes, that is now a 2:30 contest on the 30th. That's
30th.
part of a doubleheader with the Georgia women will play at noon. The Georgia men will play Alabama A&M at 2:30 on December 30th.
And then kickoff for the Orange Bowl, 4 o'clock.
Yes, that is correct. You got it all down.
Yeah, I got it all down. Here's Jabri.
Jabri Abdur-Rahim, our electrifying player of the game, brought to you by Georgia's Electricians. IBEW Local Union 613 going to join us after a 23-point effort Jabri, congratulations. You really had it cooking in that first half.
Yeah, got some good looks off early. Teammates did a good job of finding me, Jay Hill, Silas, and Noah, and I was able to see some go down.
How much of that was due to your pregame work? I saw you out here working and you were just hitting three after three after three, just looking very comfortable.
Yeah, I try to do that every game. Good games, bad games. I struggled a little bit last game, so I'll make sure to get out here and get my shots up, and pays off.
Do you have? I've tried to get here before you're doing that. And I can't beat you here. It seems like you're really intent on really working hard.
Yeah.
But do you have a certain number of shots